on. We're 2:16 in, so we're almost done with this video. This
Of
is
course she
Dale and
was.
Chris.
She
Yep,
wanted to get paid for more than part-time.
that's Chris. He says Master of Science. Was in the Sea organization, I believe, of Scientology, and he is at least curious or interested as to what Landmark Worldwide is. Um, I took two 5-day courses, $915 each. It's a training and development company, and it's before discount 915, and I don't make any money off of this. I don't represent them or work for them or anything.
Time work.
And I think, yeah, how dare she? And I think I think she was paid back, but the thing was, nothing else changed for anybody else.
Yeah, there you go. They settle their stuff. They don't let anything undone. They don't have any like undone court cases. They seem to win like almost all their court cases. It's unbelievable.
None of the other planners had any compensation. The other support planners, there was no question. Yeah, we weren't allowed to tell our salaries to other staff people.
Oh, there was a specific rule against that.
Yeah,
right.
We could not. Yeah. No, we couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, that's a pretty common thing. If you're going to pay people slightly differently because they're telling you, oh, I got 3 kids at home and I really need to make X amount, and they're really committed and really want to do it, and you see them making a difference, yeah, I'll pay them an extra few $1,000 more than the other person. I mean, you can always go in and ask for a raise whenever you want.
I'm not allowed to say our salary people.
Right, because that's the great equalizer. The last thing corporate ever wants in any corporate environment is for the staff to know what each other are getting paid. Although, and this is this big cultural thing in America. It's none of your business. You can't know or anything. I'll tell you, man, it is empowering. The whole office finds out what everybody else.
It's like you can't know. It's you agreed to work at that salary, and you can stay or leave whenever you want. If you want to go start your own thing or go work for another company, go do that.
Get paid for what? Everybody goes, oh, really? And then like all kinds of secrets come brewing to the top. I'll tell you, it's there's some pieces of information that we think of and we don't really think about it too much, And if you think about it a little bit, like this business of everybody's salaries are confidential, you find out there's only one group of folks that actually helps out, and that's the guys at the top. It doesn't help any of us out to not know that, Anyway, I digress. Please carry on.
Yeah, then it's just going to be like, oh, well, you're getting that, I want a little bit more, and then the other person can be like, well, they're getting that, then I want a little bit more. It's just like ridiculous. And I wouldn't argue that it's benefiting anybody. It's a good use of money, and they are very profitable. And I want companies to be profitable. I don't want people getting subsidies or being propped up by anything or using one profitable company to pay off a non-profitable company.
Yeah, been in that headspace. I totally get it. I mean, it's so easy to be the armchair critic on this stuff because when you're living it, it's not this crystal clear at all. It's not at all.
I mean, even nonprofits, organizations, 501c3s, I'm pretty dang sure show profit, or at least acquire more assets so that overall they are making a profit if you count their assets.
It's quickly and vague, and everything looks really kind of weird. And you're in the middle of it, and you don't know what's right and wrong. And when the group pressure is you're the one who's wrong, it's really easy to buy into that.
And there was scapegoats all the time. It was interesting.
No, the group pressure. First of all, there is no group pressure. Second of all, you would never be wrong because nothing is wrong. So this is, I don't know. They're waxing and waning over things that are covered in the very first 5 days of the forum. This is the 5-day course,
The centers weren't performing well. It was really funny actually. I had left a manual in a taxi about 3 days before, and I didn't know how I was going to tell them. I think it was almost a fireable offence. I would have had to leave in shame. But then I heard that the regional manager declared an amnesty to find out what was going on in all of these centers that weren't meeting this.
Yeah, I mean, it's confidential stuff in there, and yeah, I mean, 55 years worth of work poured into that. So leaving in a taxi.
I smoked marijuana at a party last week. Don't do that. All right, and I left the manual, communication manual. I left that in a taxi, and I called them, and I can't get it back. And they freaked. They're like looking at the comments. You left the manual? Yeah, left the manual in a taxi. But that's out there wondering whether the other staff person had forged a wellbeing document. There's a whole wellbeing procedure. I didn't really answer your question before about how centers are managed when people are going off, but there was a whole wellbeing procedure. Anybody that had psychotic issues or had psychiatric care, for them to participate in the call phase, we had to go through doctors, get doctors' certificates, keep an eye on them, just make sure they participated in a way that was satisfactory, didn't freak out. So yes,
was that in any way an effort at damage control on the suicides?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's well-being. Yeah, like most companies don't watch out after the well-being of their customers. I mean, that's really above and beyond. And yeah, if the conversation on the second day, one of them is like 8 conversations on the second day or whatever. One of them is on freedom from anxiety. I'm here taking psychiatric medicine that is anti-anxiety medicine. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's up to that person's choice, but just know ahead of time that there is a discussion on the second day on freedom from anxiety.
What something done to try to
at
least pre-qual people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, not with me personally, but I know it depended on how bad people were. If they were, I'm imagining if they could detect if people were leaning towards getting professional advice or seeking external advice, then they would go to get the regional manager or the psychologist deployed by Landmark to have a chat with them. So yeah, there were ways to control the damage.
See, wow, they do have a psychologist that works with Landmark. I mean, I knew they had psychiatrists on that lead programs and psychologists and whatnot, but that's interesting. They have someone on staff, it sounds like, or someone that's able to take those calls whenever there's a forum, really. All right, I hope you're having the best day ever. Peace.